Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Super here, and I'm bringing you guys a character tutorial. This one is going to be on Cassie Cage, and I'm going to be going over a lot of basic stuff about Cassie Cage that could apply to other variations, but keep in mind, I don't play those other variations, so a lot of this video is going to be specifically for Hollywood Cassie. So if you guys play any of the other variations, a lot of her strings and basic moves, apply to all variations. So you could just, apply that specific variation like Brawler or Spec Ops to, anything that I talk about in this video. But it's going to be more catered towards the Hollywood players. So I went over the basics of Mortal Kombat. If you guys want to see that video and, maybe want to learn a little bit more about the basics and how to play the game, definitely go check out that video. It's going to be linked in the description. But now let's get into this Cassie Cage tutorial. So Cassie is a really good character because she has 50/50s and she has a lot of safe strings. Safe strings that don't have gaps and safe strings that do a lot of damage, that could go into EX guns that do a lot of chip, and I'll go over all that in this video. So I would say the best thing, or let's start off with the pokes. Cassie has really good pokes. Down 4 goes really far. Look at that. Character length. Really good way to actually get the first hit if your opponent's not expecting it. I think the only characters that will beat Cassie's down 4 at the start of the game is maybe Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. No, Johnny Cage doesn't go that far. I think Sub-Zero and Scorpion might be the only characters that will actually beat your down 4 on start. I know Sub-Zero does for a fact, but I don't know about any other characters. But regardless, like, her down 4 is a really good footsies tool. You could control a lot of space right here. And it is plus 18 on hit. So if you get a down 4, you could go into, whatever combo you want. So down 4 is definitely her best footsie tool, as far as pokes. Her down 3 is really fast. I think it's 7 frames, right? Let's go check. Yeah, 7 frames, and it's only -3 on block, so it's relatively safe. Of course, you could block someone else's down poke. Her down 1, it's -8 on block, even though it is 7 frames. So I would not recommend using this as a poke tool. I would definitely recommend, unless you're actually, yeah, they have the same range. Wow, nut punch. Okay, I got that on accident. There you go. So down 3, this right here, and down 4 are your best tools to, play footsies with as far as pokes. Really good. 7 frame. Down 3, only -3 on block. Let's see what I think the down 4 is 8 frames. Yeah, 8 frames. It is -7 on block, but if you do it at like max range, this is going to be really hard for your opponent to even counter poke, because a lot of pokes don't go this far, except for like maybe Devora. I know Goro's down 4 has a lot of range, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, there are characters that could, counter poke and stuff like that, but most of the cast is not going to be able to poke you back at this range if they block an attack, you know what I mean? So those, in my opinion, are her best, pokes and footsie tool. That's what I use. So let's go on to another move that is actually really good. The back 1. 11 frames. It's a mid, and it goes into a safe combo string. This one right here. And if you actually get the hit on the first hit, you could hit confirm it into the cartwheel. So back 1, look at this. Look at the range on this, man. It is so good. Really good. And if your opponent doesn't have meter, you could go into her back 1 2 4 string, which leaves you +2 on block. But it does have a gap, and let me demonstrate that for you guys right now. Reversal on. See that? That's one of the few moves, or I should say combo strings, that Cassie has that actually has a hole in it. It is +2 on block, so I definitely understand why it has a hole, because you would be able to spam the crap out of this if it wouldn't have a hole right there. But if your opponent has no meter, then you could, get them with that. You could do a down 3. You could do that combo string into a down 3. It makes your down 3 5 frames, so it's really good. All right, Kung Lao, let's get out of that cyclone reversal. All right, so something else that is really valuable to learn with Cassie Cage is her instant air gunshots. See if I can get them. There you go. Her instant air gunshots, she actually does have a problem a lot of times against zoning characters, because she can get zoned out if you don't know how to do the instant air gunshots, and it will get a little bit harder to do online because of the lag, I'm not gonna lie. But if you learn how to do Cassie's instant air gunshots really low to the ground, you know, you're definitely gonna have a tool that a lot of people don't expect. A lot of people don't expect, you know, players to be able to do the instant air gunshots. You could keep people out of the air with this. It's really good. It does 7%. So, for example, Kung Lao players love to jump. And if you got your instant air gunshots down, you're going to get them out of the air, keep them on the ground. Oh my god, now I can't even do it. Ah! Come on, Cassie. There you go. You're going to be able to keep the Kung Lao player out of the air, which is good because then you guys have a lot of similar buttons from up close. You know, I think Cassie actually has, you know, an advantage on the ground because if you could keep Kung Lao out of the air, or, you know, just people out of the air in general, especially Kung Lao because his jump 2 has so much range and it's so good, you know, with your instant air gunshots, it's definitely going to give you an advantage in my opinion because you're going to be able to control the air, and Cassie has some of the best buttons in the game. And wow, I cannot do them now. Alright, there you go. That one's pretty low to the ground. So that's definitely one of the best things to do with Cassie Cage. Let's go over some of her combo strings, right? She has a lot of combo strings that are really safe. Like, for example, this one right here. No, which one is it? This one right here is... you know, it has no holes. It is 0 on block. Really, really good. There is no reason for you not to spam this one. You know, you get that. You do your, if someone blocks it, you know, you're going to be in range of your 7-frame poke. And, you know, and you're going to beat pretty much every poke unless they have, you know, a 6-frame poke. So this combo is really good. And if you could actually hit confirm it into her cartwheel. Another combo that is really good. I showed you guys the back one too already. This one. +2 on block, and of course, you know, you send them back full screen. 12% good damage. It does have a hole in it like I showed you guys earlier. Another combo that's really good with her is her forward 3-4. This is an overhead combo starter that's safe on block, that does 18% for a safe overhead starting combo. Really, really good. It has no holes in it. This one as well. Forward 3-3 actually does not have any holes either. And let's take Kung Lao. I don't know why he keeps spinning, man. Okay, let's keep reversal on so I can show you guys. This one actually has no holes in it. I think it is unsafe, right? As you guys saw there, I think I got punished. It's -8 on block. Kung Lao actually can punish that. He's one of the few characters that can punish it because it is the Cyclone is a 7-frame move. But as you guys see right there, the forward 3-4, completely safe. It does 18% on hit, and it's an overhead starter. So that's really, really good. She also has this low into overhead combo starter. It is cancelable, as you guys saw right there. I did the cartwheel kick afterwards. You could you know, 2-in-1 cancel it, but it is unsafe. Like if you don't do it, if you don't do any move afterwards, you know, you're definitely gonna get punished for it. And but you know, that's where the mind games come in. That's where the 50-50s come in, I should say. Are you gonna do the overhead combo starter, or are you gonna do the low combo starter? You know, especially in the corner with Cassie, that gets really, really scary. One way that you can make this move safe is doing EX flip kick, because EX flip kick sends you all the way back. It's 6 frames, so a lot of characters are not gonna be able to punish that. So you know, that's one way to make that a safe move. It's actually a pretty good way to armor break, which I'll show you guys in a bit if I can. But, you know, those are some of her best strings. But I would definitely say that Cassie's best string by far is her Baton string, which I'll show you guys right now. This one right here. Back to 1-2, down 1+2 is her absolute best string. It's -7 on block. It's relatively safe. Let's see right here. It has a good amount of pushback, so a lot of characters, you know, aren't going to punish it. And the best thing about this string is it has no gaps, first of all, and you could 2-in-1 special cancel before the overhead. So you could do that. You could do the most popular thing right there. Look at that chip damage. Let me show you guys that again. Look at that chip damage. That's like 10% chip. And that's one of the best things that Cassie actually has. If you are in a late game situation and you have a bar of meter, your opponent has 10% health, you knock him down, for example, or you just get a jump in and you go into this combo into the EX gunshots. That's it. That's his life. There's nothing he can do about it. He's set on reversal. He can't armor through it. Nothing. He has to take this 10% chip, which is absolutely crazy. So that is definitely Cassie Cage's best. Her best combo, because you get 2-in-1 special cancel and it's safe on block if you actually continue the whole thing. So that's really good, man. So that's gonna be it for her combos. Let's go into her corner game, because her corner game is where this chick gets ridiculous. So let's set the opponent to all the way to the right. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna set him off block here. Let's turn this off. Okay, so Cassie's corner game is ridiculous. She gets insane damage. Oh, actually, before I do this, let me talk about something that I forgot to talk about in my Cassie video that I did a while ago. So let's set everything back to the center. All right, so let's just say that you get a punish. Like, this is 6 frames. I forgot to talk about that as well. I'm a horrible tutorial guy. This is 6 frames, but it's a high, but it goes into, a combo. So let's just say you get a punish and you go into your combo. Let's just do this. So the nut punch, right? The nut punch used to be a lot better. Like, the regular nut punch used to be, you had a lot more plus advantage on hit, but I think it's only +3 now. But the beauty of the regular nut punch is the higher the opponent is in the air, the higher he is when you hit him with the nut punch, the more plus you are on hits. So I think the most you could be plus with Cassie is like +15 or +12 on hit with your regular nut punch. So let's just say I get this combo right here, and he's high up in the air right there. I could do, a lot of my strings before he could even move. You know what I mean? Of course, you could armor through it, but, you could also bait the armor. And, just a lot of different stuff. But right now, I'm just demonstrating how it's best to hit Cassie's regular nut punch the higher the person is in the air. All right, that was a little bit too high before I did it. Okay. It does get a little tricky to time. Come on, Cassie. Okay, I'm doing it a little bit too early. Yep. Too early. That one was pretty low, but as you guys see, he still was recovering from, the regular nut punch while I was still jumping in the air. So I was probably like maybe +7 right there. So, he could definitely do some stuff afterwards, but you guys get the gist. Like, if you are trying to play Cassie in mid-screen, it's best to connect her regular nut punch the higher the opponent is in the air. So that's why I don't do back 1 to, hit confirm into the regular nut punch, because you're not going to be too plus on hit. Your opponent could down poke, he could backdash, he could armor reversal, he could do a lot of stuff. But if you get him, at the peak of your opponent being in there, you're good right there. That one was a good one right there. You saw a full jump. That was a +12 or +13 regular nut punch, which is really good. So I would definitely recommend, if you guys are playing as Cassie and you get someone in the air with a cartwheel, definitely try to hit them as high up as you can. Of course, you have to work on the timing. As you guys saw me fail like 4 times, you're going to have to work on the timing, but the higher the opponent is in the air whenever you do the regular nut punch, the more plus you're going to be on hit. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now let's move on to the right here and talk about our corner game, and then I'm going to end the video because this thing is already really long. So Cassie's corner game is insane. As you guys know, she has a low starter. She has an overhead starter. She has a pressure string. She has a lot of options to, make the corner a living hell for someone. Of course, she could bait armor. She could actually break armor, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But let's just say you get someone with the Baton combo. So this is a standard Cassie combo right there. Oh my god, this fucker. Stop spinning. Stop spinning to win. Okay. There you go. All right. So a regular Cassie combo is you get them up in the air, let's just say with this, and then you do 1. Okay, Cassie. You don't want to do the regular combo. Alright, that is going to leave you really plus. So you're going to be able to jump, land a full jump in, or just walk forward and try to armor break the opponent. But that's a standard Cassie Cage combo in the corner. And you guys saw it was 40%. 40%. That's insane. So what you want to do is just, you know, whatever combo you do, get them up in the air. And you actually do 1-2-1, which is this right here. And it makes them like jump up a little bit, or it pushes them higher up in there. So then you could start your 2-1 up 4 combo, and you could do it twice. And then what I like to do is 1-2-3-4 into regular cartwheel, and then that's going to send your opponent back. You can land a full jump in and then start your 50-50. You could either go low and then start it again. You know what I mean? Like, you could do that. You could walk up, do the overhead combo starter, and it leads to the same thing. Or you could, you know, if they're in chip damage, you could do the 10% chip combo. So her corner game is ridiculous. And let me show you guys now the armor breaking potential of this chick, because she has the 6th frame EX cartwheel that is really, really good. So let's do wake up, cyclone, let's see. All right, cool. Let's see if I can get this first try. You do have to practice the timing, especially on this guy, on Tempest Kung Lao's reversal, because it's really good. So, all right. Okay, I can't even get the regular combo. Okay, did not do the timing right. Just gonna shorten it here. There you go. As you guys saw right there, I broke Kung Lao's armor. Let's see the overhead. No, didn't time it right, but pretty much as you guys saw right there, if you hit someone 2 times really, really quickly, even if they do an armor move, it's going to break them. The only character in the game that has a 2-hitting armor move is Goro. Goro's EX Punch Walk, it could actually take 2 hits of armor. So to armor break it, you actually need 3 hits. So, but, you know, that's just Goro. That's a unique case right there. But for most characters in the cast, if you hit them twice really, really fast, like as you guys saw, I did that. No, not that. It was just low. There you go. You guys saw that was 2 hits, and that was really, really fast. Same thing with the overhead, because this move is 6 frames and it hits really fast and is actually safe on block. So if your opponent, you know, does actually not do a reversal and he blocks it, you're still safe because you're all the way back here. Same thing goes for the overhead. You're going to be safe. You're all the way back here. So it's a safe way to still try to armor break someone, and it's really good. Let's see. Overhead. Let's see if I can get the overhead. There you go. And then, you know, you go into your combo. So Cassie Cage's corner game is crazy because she does have the overhead starter. You know, that's a safe way that you could, you know, net 18%. She has this, which could go into a full combo. And of course, those options could actually armor break, which I didn't get the timing there, but could armor break. I said armor break. Damn. Definitely need to work on the timing here. There you go. Armor break into a full combo. So she has a lot of options. This is what you want as a Cassie Cage player. This right here, your opponent against his back against the corner, and you just pressure the absolute hell out of him, mix him up with 50-50s. You know, it's just a lot of things. You could even cancel the overhead into the flip kick if you actually want to risk it, because the flip kick is definitely the regular flip kick is definitely minus on block. So you get full combo punish if you actually try to risk it and they block this, full combo punish. But regardless, you know, it's still 50-50. You could actually do that. And there is a gap in between that, but it's really, really hard to armor through that and to, you know, first of all, guess right, overhead, low, and then armor through it. So, you know, it's a lot of practice if you actually want to armor break that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, Cassie Cage in general is a really good character. One of my favorites in the game. Like, I can't believe that it took me this long to actually play with her, because she is so much fun. And she's a really good character. She's safe. she has really high damaging combos in the corner. She has one of the best corner games, and you know, she could easily armor break, you know, pretty much everyone in the cast. And her corner combos do require some practice, and especially offline, you're gonna want to only do 1 rep, because the 2 reps actually, you know, depending on the connection, the person falls fast. But she is really good. Look at that. If someone tries to do armor, if I actually finish my combo, that would have been like 80% of their health. So that's going to be it for the Cassie Cage combo, guys. I hope you learned something in the video. Hope you guys, you know, go try her out, practice mode, you know, all that good stuff. Perfect the instant air gunshots, as, you know, I'm doing a horrible job of demonstrating here because I'm doing this live and actually have not played with her in a bit. But that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.